important question to ask each group. Were you successful?
Yes.
Why was your group successful?
Because we worked together.
Because you worked together. Is that happening here over here?
No.
Why?
Why are we successful? Because we talk to each other and work together, and we follow the instructions very well.
And what were your instructions? Listen up, folks. Let's see what your instructions were. What were your three?
Pictures.
Make a helicopter. No, we didn't.
How about the three things that are on your directions? Did you read that at all?
It says use all parts in the box, and you have 5 minutes for 100% accuracy. Use the picture on the box and leave enclosed directions. So we used both. He started out with one.
Gotcha. So they had 3 instructions. How many did you have?
You have one.
And what was it, Chris?
It says use all the parts to assemble the KNEX toy.
Wow. Now I have a question, because this team here had 2. So you were in the middle of the road. They had the first one that you had, and they had the second one, but they didn't have the third one. The third one was they got all the instruction sheet to go with it. Isn't that nice, right? So I have a question. Coming over to this group, given what you were given, were you successful?
Yes.
I mean, not
Yes.
making that.
We want to do this.
We had a picture of 2 hands.
So there's that devil in the detail. Guess what? I left out 2 details for you, didn't I? But did you have fun?
Oh, yeah.
However, sometimes we have those customers that expect you to know what number 2 and number 3 was, right? You're supposed to read minds, right? But that detail also is within the both of you. Because how often do you switch shifts and talk to each other as to what you did and what you didn't do? Sometimes it's hard to do that, and we'll go through some of those things. Were you guys successful?
Yes,
Why?
because we made a helicopter.
Because you made the picture on the box.
Yeah.
You may remember that in the beginning, all I said was to follow the directions on your sheet. And that's really all I said. Did you do it? Excellent. We're going to go into examples of some of the details that are left undone. Think about your job here at Sykes. What are some of the details that totally fall off the radar sometimes? Go for it.
Like, sometimes we'll have things that are set on a desk because somebody starts to, like, put it away, or they know it's there for a certain reason, but then you come on shift and you're like, why is this extension cord sitting here?
Oh, so the miscellaneous
Stuff.
items. That's that whole do-do-do-do. You're supposed to know, right? But you can't read minds, okay? And that is not an expectation of your job, by the way, is to not read minds. It's all good. What are some other things that are examples of details that can kind of just fall off the radar in your job? Chris?
We have a setup, and the details of the setup are very vague, and we have to kind of just figure things out on our own. And it might not be exactly what the customer wanted.
Another one. Hey, I was one of those customers. Sometimes I just, send in things saying, hey, I want a room done. All right, what do you think Molly wants today? But I'm not going to be mad. I'm like, oh, whatever, I'll get it done. But still, you're thinking, oh, I want to make Molly happy. But if you don't have that, what are you going to do? The detail is set up as vague. Excellent, Chris. What are some other things?
Like sometimes 2 groups will have a meeting back to back, and we may not think to check the room between meetings.
Fail to check room between meetings. Because that does happen. I've experienced it, back to back. It's like, oh, that's right. Because you're juggling all these things. Excellent example. One other example before we move on. What are some of the other details that can fall off? Go for it.
Leaving AV in a room unattended because you forgot it was in there because you were busy doing other things.
AV unattended. Someone else's gift. Yay! Potentially. Yeah, we hope that doesn't happen, of course, but that's the reason why we sometimes do that. The AV is left unattended, or whatever the case may be. Now, those are some of the things that happen. It's a part of our job, and things are left undone. Now, what are some of the causes? Why does that sometimes happen? Do you know?
Really busy days, sometimes you'll be doing a million things at once.
Okay. So busy days. Busy days. Multitasking. Okay. Playing. Here, I'll make it Wonder Woman or Superman. Let's include everybody. All right. So we feel like we're playing Wonder Woman or Superman. Yeah.
Preoccupied with things outside of work.
Oh, that's a huge one. For everyone, everywhere. Preoccupied with outside life. What else?
Distractions at work, like Facebook or video games or something.
Distractions on the job. On the job. What else? Did I hear someone?
I was going to say laziness.
That's a huge one. Let's face it. You know, lazy. There are, some folks are occasionally lazy, but then there's some folks that are, okay, that's my job to be lazy. So it's where that is. So these are some of the causes for our lack of attention to detail. Yes?
I was just going to say, sometimes when people are just learning a job, they don't know the details because they were never taught properly.
Lack of proper training. Lack of proper training. And hey, I'm in the training field. I know that sometimes, on average, you only retain about 10% of what I said. So I better make sure that 10% is pretty darn good. But you're right, you can lose some of that.
Sometimes things that aren't done as regularly as other things can, you don't remember how to do them exactly, so you don't refresh yourself.
Okay. Infrequent request. What's an example of that one, Mike?
I didn't have anything specific.
Okay, it's all good. But maybe the
I
sound
have
system.
one.
Okay, go for it. Sound system, I know that's what I said.
Yeah, the lights in the ballrooms, I know they taught me during training, but there was one night where, for some reason, I could not figure out how to make one room dimmer and one room lighter. But it was one of those things that happens once a semester when they switch it off. So I didn't know how to do it. So.
Wow, then you know what? That is a beautiful segue into what are those solutions. When that happens, what are some solutions? How can we do that? When you're like, oh my gosh, I don't do it that often. What are some things that can maybe be put in place? And it doesn't have to be all on you. It's just big picture stuff. What could be out there? Yes?
Mid-year refreshers.
Okay. Mid-year refreshers. Excellent.
Semester.
Yeah, turning to what you're saying. Yeah.
Asking questions.
Okay. Asking questions. I'm going to add one. I'm going to add something to that. And that's hard to read, I know. But what it is fear not. Some people fear that, oh my gosh, I know I should know this, and I don't want to ask this because I know I should know it. Get rid of it. Just take a fear not approach. I'm like, I know I should know this. Please help. So, excellent. So ask those questions. Good. What else?
I was going to say, on the training thing, I was going to say thorough and adequate training by the right people. I was saying, you can't learn from someone who's new also, but then it's just that lack of information that they didn't get initially, so that next person's not going to get it either.
What that is content management expert, but to know who the experts are and be thoroughly trained by them. Yeah, good, Molly. I didn't get my thorough training. Sorry. There we go. Thorough training from the content management experts, not those that, oh, I just started last month too. Welcome. Yeah, you're right. So get some of that. See, aren't you glad you joined us today? There you go. It's all these things that we're looking to improve upon.
Put yourself in the position of someone who's going to be using that space. So you wouldn't, as a group member coming in, wanting to be messed up.